What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sassy Stuff. My name is Blythe,
And I'm Emma.
and we are here to break down Notre Dame and Georgia. Now, one of these quarterbacks is a very experienced quarterback coming from Duke and now at Notre Dame. And then for Georgia, their guy goes down this year, and now they will be under Gunnar Stockman. How are you feeling about this game? I'm super excited about this one, obviously, like all the other playoff games. But what are your key points for this game, and what are you most looking forward to?
I mean, these are two iconic programs, two powerhouse teams. Georgia has a legacy of dominance in the last few years. They enter this battle with unmatched grit and a relentless defense. And then you have the Fighting Irish. They are a storied franchise. They are chasing glory. They have not done well in these playoff games so far. They did beat Indiana, so that was a great win for them. But these are titans in the college football world. So this is going to be a sensational game. So will Georgia's defense continue to stand tall, or will Notre Dame find a way to break through? Notre Dame is a run first team, and
Yeah.
Georgia is great at stopping the run. They're not great with mobile QBs so much. We did see that with Jalen Milrow. We did see that with Haynes King at Georgia Tech. But up front, they're great. So
Yeah.
they can stop the run, and Notre Dame wants to run.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to rely on Notre Dame's QB to really throw the ball, make these explosive plays with his arm in order to stay competitive in this matchup. So that's really where I'm looking at. And he is a dual threat QB. So if he can start running on Georgia, that could shake up Georgia's defense as well. There are key injuries for Notre Dame. Ryle Mills will still be out. He is a key defensive player for this team. So Georgia could exploit that as well. But with the new QB Gunnar Stockton, it is kind of a disadvantage because they haven't been working with him all season, but they've had over 3 weeks now to prep with this guy. He had to beat Texas in that SEC championship game. They were not winning at the moment he came into that game. So the fact that he was able to do that against a Texas team who has this incredible roster, the best roster money can buy, great depth when nobody has depth, he was able to go in there and help lead this Georgia team to victory. There's also not a lot of tape on him, so there's not as much to prepare for on this Notre Dame team. They have a lot of questions with this QB, so I think that is going to be an interesting question: is how Gunnar Stockton performs in this moment. So I think this is going to be a good game.
I mean, to Stockton's credit, I mean, he stuck it out and he never transferred. I mean, he's sat behind Beck. I mean, he's been to these kinds of games, even though he wasn't playing in these games. Like, he has been a part of this winning dynasty program. So they definitely have that advantage. I do really like Riley Leonard in this game, though. He has been a steady presence for Notre Dame. He has set a school record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback with 15 and has accounted for 32 total touchdowns on the season. And in the passing game, Leonard has completed over 70% of his passes in each of the last 3 games. It's tough because I really like this Notre Dame team. I really have enjoyed watching Riley Leonard. I think just overall having that experience, just at a different program and now at this program, and then going into a game like this, like that obviously gives you an advantage. But also too for Stockman, I mean, being a part of this program that has been in these kinds of moments over the last couple years, I mean, that's an advantage too. Um, but Georgia will also have their all SEC freshman Nate Frazier and also Trevor Etienne at back. And Frazier is the leading rusher for Georgia, and Etienne has rushed for over 500 yards. On the perimeter side, you have Smith, Dominic Lovett, Dylan Bell, and Oscar Delp, all great guys for Georgia. So I'm excited to see how this game goes. I mean, will the Fighting Irish fans be celebrating Mardi Gras early? Like, but I just like Leonard. I think
Yeah.
I do. I don't know. I really like this quarterback.
In addition to Leonard, I'm looking at running back Jeremiah Love. He was a big playmaker against Indiana. He had that 98-yard touchdown run, which was awesome. He needs consistency against Georgia's defensive front. And if he can break through, I think they're going to have a very balanced attack for that Notre Dame offense, which is what they need to beat Georgia. Gunnar Stockton, he's just not proven yet. But he is, again, in this very experienced Georgia
Yes.
team. So that's where I'm going back and forth. And I'm like, you have a Kirby Smart team. Gunnar Stockton's been waiting in the wings. He knows the formula. He knows what he needs to do to win. He had to beat Texas. He wasn't ahead in that game by any means. So this is going to be a challenging matchup. This is my second favorite game of the week. Ohio State Oregon is definitely a
Yes.
key game for me, but this is my second favorite game of the week.
Yeah.
Now, it's going to be also a battle between Georgia's offense versus Notre Dame's defense. This is going to be a challenge for Georgia, adapting Stockton to a starting QB role. They've had an inconsistent rushing attack so far this season, but they have an opportunity here because Notre Dame's defensive injuries could raise Georgia's rushing effectiveness in this game. So, I mean, this is going to be a battle, and I am so excited because it is these two incredible teams. Georgia has had this amazing record in the past few
Yeah.
years. They've won the last 2 of 3 national championships under Kirby Smart. So this is a great Georgia team led by an amazing head coach. Whereas you have Marcus Friedman bringing back this Notre Dame team, trying to make them have a great statement in these playoffs, trying to get them to that final step to win a national championship, which they haven't done in the CFP era so far. So this is exciting. I think this is going to be a great battle. So who are you favoring?
I don't even know. It's really like obviously they have the same mindset when it comes to winning the game. But like you said, like Kirby, just because Beck's not playing, this team hasn't flinched one time. That's not even what they're probably even worried about, honestly. And I think that comes obviously from being in these games for all, these past several seasons. You've been in these moments. And then for Notre Dame, it is exciting, but it's a different kind of excitement. You're back. You want your team to be relevant again. You want this program to take off where it's supposed to go, where you want it to go, where every head coach sees their program going. So I think it's like I think you have to look at it too, like how will they handle that? But also too, for Georgia, like they're not going to flinch with this quarterback. I'm excited to see what they do since they have struggled with quarterbacks like Jalen Milroe, Jackson Dart this season, and Riley Leonard really fits that same kind of mold. So that will be interesting to see. I really don't know who I want to pick. But I guess I'll go with Notre Dame because I like Riley Leonard.
And I think giving Kirby Smart over 3 weeks to prepare for this game, Gunnar Stockton really coming out and beating Texas, them having the hardest schedule in all of college football, having to go to Texas, having to go to Alabama, having to go to Ole Miss, playing Tennessee. This is they've been battle tested. They have had such a hard road to get to this point, and like you said, they haven't flinched. Even when they've been down, they are gritty and they keep
Yeah.
fighting and fighting. And I'm going to go with the Bulldogs here. I'm picking Kirby Smart to advance in the playoffs. I think I
It's
can't bet
that
against
extra
it.
week. Like that's what's kind of leaning me. I'm like, ooh, but they had an extra week to
Yeah.
prepare. And that goes so far when you are this deep in the season. Like it really is going to be who is the healthiest at the end of this. Like this is hard. Like this season is even longer now. I mean, I feel like we have had, I mean, this has been obviously one of the longest seasons up to date, but it has really felt like so much football when your body is on the line that much week in and week out, playing all of these tough teams and these high string moments. Like it's not just the physical part of you that's being ran down, it's the mental part of it too. You have to be so mentally strong and even stronger as you keep advancing to these bigger games and these bigger stages that you're playing on.
Yeah, and that's why I think I'm favoring the Bulldogs. I just think they've had more time to rest and recuperate, and they got to enjoy their holiday. They didn't have to prep for a game beforehand, which I think is great for the mental aspect, as you were talking about. So I am picking the Bulldogs. So we'll see who wins. I mean,
Yeah,
I like that we have differing opinions. I like Riley Leonard too. I think he's
yeah,
amazing. And if Marcus Friedman and the Notre Dame team can pull this out, if they can beat what the standard in college football has been for the past few years, that is going to be incredible for this Notre Dame team moving forward, especially with Marcus Friedman signing for another year. So this is
yeah,
really exciting for
yeah.
him if he can pull this out. But it's also exciting that he did win his first game in the playoffs. So I think the future is bright for Notre Dame. The future is obviously bright for Georgia. I mean, they're not going anywhere. Um, so this is going to be a very good game, and I'm very, very excited for it.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you back here next time to break down and talk about all of the new college football games coming up and then leading up to that national championship game. If you have not already, please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.